What's up? Today, after a long time, we're back on YouTube because so many of you asked me to restart posting free sauce here. So, why not? I got a new setup, new mic, so the quality should be a bit better because I care of you, of course. And so we're restarting this series on YouTube of top and bottom ticking because I think I was like the first one ever to start doing it on YouTube for free. I think so, at least. So in the previous, let's say in the version 1.0 of the top ticking course, I teach you about all the basic stuff about top and bottom ticking, which are like rejection block, weak theory, and all the other basic confluence like CSD and these things. Okay. I think in this second part we're gonna dive into a more specific type of trading. So combining maybe with order flow. And yeah, let's see what we can do. Today I wanted to show you a tool that I use almost almost in every single one of my trade, which is the anchored volume profile. So these things here. To be honest, I don't really use this tool on TradingView because now I use AMP Quant Hour, which is more accurate. You have more data, so it's a bit more precise, But it's still good if you don't want, like, you don't have a very powerful PC. Maybe you have a Mac. It's still good to like take a look at the volume profile. So basically, how does this work? I'll let you see my settings here. Also, now I have also mentorship. That's not a sponsorization to it, but I just want to say to my premium members that no, don't worry, your premium membership is not useless. I'm not gonna explain all I know here on YouTube, all the little details about my strategy. My strategy, because here on YouTube I explain, like previously I did, only the concept. Um, while on my personal mentorship I explain in 101 my personal strategy, how I personally handle situation and trade, and we dive into more specific things. Okay, here I'm just gonna explain almost every one of the concept that I use, but not everyone. Okay. For example, I don't think I'm gonna dive into Quant Tower and AMP, but let's see if this first few videos will get some great results. Maybe I'll do it. So what I was saying, this is the volume profile tool, which you can find like here. Okay. We usually apply it either on the 1 hour or the 4 hour. Okay, so in this case, let's say I wanna see the volume profile of this zone here because maybe you want a reaction from here, or from here to like see a continuation. You place it basically just like this. Okay, sorry, because like this, which is like useless as you can see on the 4 hour right now. But then we scale down to the 1 hour. We can see a bit more definition as you scale down more, okay? So in the volume profile we use, or at least I use mainly, let's say, four main concept that you can use, and other two maybe, or other three concept that I explain only in the mentorship. So, but you really don't need that. You just can trade with the trade one that I'm gonna explain, the four one that I'm gonna explain today. So the first, let's say, two one are the, which is maybe only one, but it's fine. These are these two first one, which are uh, the pink, the purple line in the volume profile, as you can see, these two, okay? I'm not gonna talk much about the specification of this line. As you can understand, here is where the volume was the highest and lowest, which isn't really true because the highest is the POC. It's like you really even don't need to know, because just treat it as a level of support to price to reverse, either like this or like this, of course, and same here. It's a very, 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 very powerful zone, so this works very good, to be honest. Of course, you need to align them with other confluence that also the one that I explained in the previous mentorship here on YouTube. For example, let's say that you had here, or maybe let's do like this. Let's say that this was your week C. So let's say this was your week C, week theory. You are perfectly aligned the the VAL, because the one under is this one is the val, and this one is the VAC. Then, as you can see, we have a third line, the black one here, okay, which is the POC. The POC is a bit different than the other two, which indicate the area, the level where the most volume was traded, okay, in the zone that you selected. So usually price, when you see a lot of volume like this, or like this, or like this, these are zones where price tends to accumulate, okay? As you can see here, we are accumulating, here we accumulated, here we accumulated, okay? Fuck. So I think these are zones to not trade in. They are not the best and higher probability to trade in, okay? And yeah, the point of control indicate as the highest volume level traded within this zone. How we can use it? Always has like level of support or resistance like this, okay? But we gotta be more careful because price usually tends to be aggressive when we reach it. So like we do like this, then bam, okay? We tend to be super aggressive within this zone. and price either strongly reject or either strongly destroy it, meaning like a continuation of the bias, either up or down, okay? Then we have the shelf, which is one of like the first concept that I used, that I started using on order flow, which are all these lines here that you can see. Like this one is a shelf. It's a very good one because we are in a low volume area, and there is this spikes, these biggest spikes, which is a very good confluence. So you mark this out as a level basically to add to your confluence. And you're gonna say all these spikes here are shelf. Yeah, basically, yeah, but of course you don't want to check and use every single one of them, but you want pronounced one like this one, like that I showed it right here. Of course you don't need them that big, okay? But yeah, I think you understand. Maybe you can also go up in time frame to see the like higher time frame ones, which is a bit higher probability. So like all this one can be used, okay? Here you have a lot of one. Usually I don't ever use the one of the top in the top of the mountains, on the top of the mountains, which is the mountain, as you can see, is this one. Let's call it a mountain like this. Also this, also this, okay? Usually we want to use the shelf around the mountains. So like the one that are like here, this one, this one, this one, this one, okay? On the other way, here, 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 okay? Here, here. As you can see, we have a lot of shelf, to be honest. But if you combine them with other confluence, this can be a very great add to your strategy because it's pretty easy to use and it's very powerful, okay? Also, you can use yeah, I showed that you can use the 4 hour. You can use also the 1 hour, which is great to visit, okay? And you place it on the leg you want to be analyzed. Like in this area, you can do both like this or like this. You want only the last volume, okay? Um, Other than that, we have also this one, which is a range volume profile, like fixed range volume profile, which is the same, but you can place it on a range like this, okay? And the red line are the Vial and Viac, so it's the same basically. But you can use a range. As you can see here, price, highest volume, the price action sucks, okay? And also, if we do like this, you already know that in this zone price will accumulate because the volume profile is already high here, okay? And we see a reaction from low volume area like this, okay? As you can see here. Here we reacted from a shelf, and here is very low volume. Okay, that's, I think, all I wanted to say today. We did a pretty good concept today, which is very powerful. I mean, a few concepts which are very powerful. I started to introduce you to order flow, which is a great tool if you know how to use it. This isn't, of course, necessary because ICT itself works perfectly fine, to be honest. But yeah, I started using order flow because it's just a confirmation, a more like objective confirmation. So it's great. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.